to show you how to make Chicken Tikka Masala from the comfort of your own home. First, we'll go over the ingredients for the marinade. For the marinade, you're going to need 4 to 5 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 1 pint of plain yogurt, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 4 teaspoons of each cayenne pepper, cumin, and black pepper, and 2 tablespoons of each minced ginger and lemon juice. Start by putting the yogurt into a large mixing bowl, adding all the spices, and mixing it up. After you've done that, you can start cutting the chicken up into bite-sized cubes and mixing it into the yogurt mixture. Once all of the chicken is in the marinade, cover it and refrigerate it for between 2 and 24 hours. I marinated mine for 8 hours. This is a great meal to feed a bunch of people, or to make a nice dinner for just a few with leftovers for lunches. A double recipe, which is what we're making here, can easily make 8 to 10 servings, and it reheats very nicely in a microwave. The reason I always make a double recipe is because I add 2 different types of tomato sauce, as you'll see shortly. Chicken Tikka Masala is one of my favorite dishes, and when I started making it myself, I learned just how easy and fun cooking can be. Next, we're going to go over the ingredients for the main dish. We'll need the marinated chicken, a teaspoon of salt, 4 teaspoons of each cumin and paprika, 2 to 3 cloves of minced garlic, 2 tablespoons of butter, a pint of heavy cream, and 2 cans of tomato sauce. One of my cans of tomato sauce also has picante in it, which gives the dish some heat. You can skip this if you want a mild dish, or add heat in other ways depending on your preference. After marinating the chicken, we need to cook it. I do this by pouring it into a large baking pan, a 9 by 13 inch cake pan is what I used, and bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour and a half. The thicker the layer of the chicken, the longer it will need to bake to completely cook. Traditionally, the chicken is cooked as a kebab, and you cook it until the juices run clear, but that just seems like too much work. After the chicken is cooked, place it near your stove as you're going to need it for the next steps. To start the sauce, melt the butter in a large, deep frying pan over medium heat. When the butter's melted, add in the garlic and saute for a minute or 2. If you want to add spiciness by adding fresh pepper, you should dice it up and add it with the garlic and saute it for a couple minutes. Next, add in the dry spices and stir. Then add in the heavy cream and tomato sauce, mixing it up well to ensure a uniform distribution of spices. Once the sauce is mixed up, add in the chicken, being sure to grab only pieces of chicken and leaving the juices. I started with tongs, but then grabbed a slotted spoon to add the chicken. Once all the chicken is added, bring it to a boil, then reduce the temperature to low and let it simmer for 30 minutes. While the sauce was simmering, I went ahead and made the rice for the meal as well. As I mentioned before, this dish is one of my favorite meals, and I honestly prefer cooking it myself rather than going to an Indian restaurant. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.